What's up, everybody? Real good here. We're going to lead men's group tonight, and it's going to be a doozy. If you're interested in men's group, conscious men's group, and men's work, make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe. So the idea is within an uncovery sort of container, we're going to spread things out a bit. We're going to throw positive uncovery at the end in the closing, but we're going to start off gnarly. We're going to start with silent reflections on several different questions really meant to get into shadow and shame work. So we'll start with meditation and eye gazing as usual, clearings, and then we'll get right into it. I'm having them bring their journals, and I'm gonna ask a question. Basically gonna do 2 minutes of reflection and then like a minute of journaling if they want. Questions are gonna be stuff like what's the most shameful thing you've ever done, malevolent thing you've ever contemplated, what are the scariest things someone could ask of you or say to you, what are you afraid to share with us or people in general, what are your worst attributes, tendencies, and behaviors, what are the related fears, and what are your fears, like what results, what's the terrible result, and then what addictions, compulsions, and bad habits do you have. So each of those things is going to be a question. Get a minute or two to sit silently, solo reflection, notice, feel what comes up, right? Notice our somatics. I don't know if we're gonna have time to do sharing in between these rounds. I'd love to in a shadow uncovery circle at some point. I just put out a blast publicly actually to Facebook to see if anyone's interested in doing that kind of work. And so far the answers are pretty interesting. People afraid of having to share their shadow, assumptions that they're gonna have to share their shadow out loud for this work to be done, which is not true. It's part of the wonders of uncovery. I don't want your story, I want to know your feelings. Get into it. So for example, if I try to answer one of these questions, gosh, I notice shame and a welling and a fear, unworthiness, like who am I, how dare I be here even, speaking with y'all or having friends or having relationships, I don't deserve to be loved or trusted. There's a sadness, there's sort of a backlash, secondary rage against that as well, of like, no, this is totally okay. But the overwhelming feeling is a sickness that I can kind of feel behind my heart, sadness, regret, remorse, shame. I can feel it down into my belly, so on and so forth. So that's a little bit of an example of like a somatic check-in, an uncovery type, flipping to see what's underneath, oscillating back and forth between what am I feeling and where in my body, and what am I up to, what's it saying, what's my agenda here. So that's a crash course idea on what I'm bringing tonight to the Conscious Men's Group with the shadow shame work around the uncovery process. If you dig these ideas, if you're curious, hit that like button, make sure you subscribe to come along for this ride. It's good, it's gonna keep getting better. I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.